quick sense of what the group focus was about this morning?
What we've done is we've broken out into, it was supposed to have been 14 groups. I think we're probably a little less than 14, we're probably around 12 because we had to combine a few groups together. But we have groups looking at different areas. So community engagement, economic capital, human capital, social capital, peace and security, partnerships, I think, and youth support. So we've broken out into groups, and each of these groups is looking at two things. First of all, what are the existing interventions? What are some of the things that are already being done and that can probably do with some greater support to move them a little bit further in their respective areas? And also, what are some of the gaps? So what are the new interventions that are required? The groups were told that this is only about what civil society can do. So this is not about us coming up with a plan for government. We are in no position to dictate to government what government should do, but this is where civil society has a very important pillar in this whole development process. What can we do to help? What can we do to ensure that we have a much more peaceful country, that we have a country where everybody has greater economic opportunity, where we're working together instead of working at cross purposes to each other, where we are taking care of our vulnerable and at-risk groups a lot better. So that's what has happened, and the dynamic in the groups has been quite good. I've gone around to each group, spent some time with them, and I'm quite pleased with the energy, the enthusiasm, but also the range of thought. Each group has a very interesting mixture of people, and I think they're bringing their different perspectives to the problem. So it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of this as the recommendations. We've said to them that we have no interest whatsoever in another report or a talk shop. This has to be action oriented. So they need to tell us what needs to happen, who should take the responsibility, which civil society groups should take responsibility, what are the other groups that can come on board so that there's some level of synergy, some level of surge capacity that we're building, and what should be our next steps, and over what period of time should we be doing it, and very importantly, what resources do we need to mobilize, because the next thing that we want to do, once we've collated everything, is to then meet with our development partners, meet with the embassies that are resident here in Saint Lucia, meet with development partners, meet with some of the philanthropic organizations, and say to them that this is what civil society has identified as the problem and how we can assist. Now, also, bearing in mind that we don't have every civil society organization represented there. So there are others who we were not able to reach that we need to meet with. So what comes out of this will not be the end all. We still have to bring on board a few other people, a few other groups, so that they can have their input, they can critique what has been done, and then we convene with development partners. Each group has a spreadsheet that they're working out of so that we can get uniformity in reporting, and also to focus their thinking. And one column that's there is immediate next steps. So we've asked them to identify what are the things that we can do, so that people don't feel a little despondent that, okay, we had this thing, it's been 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, nothing has happened. What are the immediate next steps? What are the things that we can do, we should do, within our purview and our means to do? So that should come out of every single presentation that is made here today.
So it's going to continue this afternoon and into tomorrow as well?
It will.
This afternoon is going to be similar to this morning?
Yes, this afternoon the groups continue their work. Some groups have moved a little further than others, as you'd expect. Some groups are very large, some are very small. And again, it's the dynamic in the group. I said to them when I was going across the groups, don't be a slave to the spreadsheet, because everybody's looking at the spreadsheet and say, oh, we haven't filled anything out. I said, no. The most important thing is to think. Think, express your thoughts, articulate what the issues are, get this cross-fertilization of ideas, and then once you have a clear picture of what it is that needs to be done, then you can start putting things down on paper. Don't do as if you're writing an exam, and the most important thing is to fill out the blanks in the spreadsheet. Get the thought process going, give everybody a chance to talk, and so yeah, this afternoon that thought processing will continue, and then hopefully tomorrow morning they will come and do the presentations.
Okay, excellent. Appreciate it.
No problem.